I'd like to start with a quote from the comedian Judy Tenata. My mother always told me I wouldn't amount to anything because I procrastinate. And I said, just wait. Do you procrastinate? Do you put off things for tomorrow that you should be doing today? Do you have lots of good intentions but then fail to take action? Do you avoid those important but challenging tasks that you know you must do but hate doing, like writing a report, holding a difficult conversation, or going to the gym? And this doesn't just cost you in terms of productivity or results. Putting off tasks over and over again is a risk factor for poor mental and physical health. Chronic procrastinators have higher levels of stress and a greater number of acute health problems, ranging from sleep disorders to poor heart health. So why do we procrastinate? Well, there are a number of reasons. Firstly, we tend to procrastinate on more negative tasks, ones that we find dull, stressful, or difficult. Secondly, we might not always be in the right state or frame of mind. We could be tired, anxious, depressed, or stressed. Or sometimes we fail to take action due to low self-esteem. We might believe that we will fail or do an inadequate, poor job that will make us look bad. And I've found that many people have a preference for thinking about doing something, but less of one for actually doing it, for taking action. How about you? Do you have a preference for thinking about doing things or actually doing them? Learning how to take action can really be transformative. Not only will you be far more productive, you'll also feel more empowered, more in control, more engaged, energized, and overall more effective. Now, when you look back over your life and career and think of all the times you've procrastinated, what's been the cost of this? What's been the impact? How has this limited you? And what would have happened if you completed all those tasks that you intended to do? If you'd stuck to all those good intentions? What would be different? Well, the question is, how do you stop procrastinating? Well, like you and almost every other person in the world, I've been a procrastinator, and this is my process for stopping this destructive habit. First of all, identify something important that you want to do, something you've been putting off. Then take the following 6 steps. Firstly, set a deadline and make an appointment in your calendar. Block off time and treat this time like you would an appointment with a doctor or even your most important client. This will create more urgency and increase the likelihood of you completing the task. Next, break down the task into chunks so you don't feel overwhelmed. Often we carry around tasks in our head and it really appears overwhelming and intimidating. But when you break it down into smaller chunks, it feels more manageable. So think of all the steps you need to take. If you're writing a report, then break it down to the introduction, then the main content, then the conclusion, and focus on each stage at a time. Thirdly, create a supportive environment. I like to clear my desk, make a coffee and play some relaxing music. I relax and get moving. I make it more enjoyable and less of a drudge, and so can you. What sort of environment would help you to complete your tasks? Fourthly, do something, just get started. It's often that starting on a task is the hardest part of all. So if you've got that big report to write, just sometimes even write the title or the opening paragraph. Just that act of beginning will help to really get things moving. Fifth, get some support. Ask your spouse, partner, or work colleague to help you. Maybe do the task together or ask them to make you accountable to them. I find this really helpful. And finally, reward yourself. When I do admin work, and especially tax returns, which I never enjoy, I give myself a reward when I've finished. It might be going for a meal or watching a movie, but something really enjoyable to reward and treat yourself. So try these steps for yourself and notice which one works best for you. And as a rule, get into the habit of doing things now. For once you overcome procrastination, you will be so much more productive and so much more fulfilled.